It's not confusing at all. It's just Loathsome Things, a horror movie podcast that took an impromptu hiatus for unknown number of times or weeks or whatever else, because I am your host, Josh, and also your host over there on the other side of the entire world is John. John, how has your month or whatever been?
Oh, exciting. I got, let's
Yeah.
see, as I had mentioned previously, so far, great start, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Richard Pryor.
In January or late December, I got deathly ill in Brazil, in Brazil, and then,
But here.
I'm still coughing, and then came back, got bronchitis again, and then about a month later, apparently came down with a head cold, like a week or so ago, and was just like, wow, apparently I'm just going to be sick perpetually now. So I went to the doctor, and he said, you have COPD. He's like, it's called chronic, acute or chronic bronchitis. And I'm like, yes, that would be correct. I've had bronchitis repeatedly since I was a teenager. And he's like, but you quit smoking, right? And I was like, no. He said, okay, you need to quit smoking.
Oh, no.
So I quit smoking. I only had 3 cigarettes that day, and those were the last 3 cigarettes I've had since, and that was last Friday. So, breathing better.
Holy shit.
Yeah, breathing better, chewing inordinate amounts, not really, just a couple pieces here and there, of nicotine gum. But I haven't really needed it. There's times, like right before we were going to record, I'm like, grab a cigarette. Nope. Or on lunch break, it's like, got to run out there and get a cigarette in. Wait, no, I don't.
Yeah.
So he prescribed, antibiotics for the cold or whatever. And he also prescribed this inhaler that is called Breztree. And
oh, good.
He said, now
ask your doctor.
He said it can be a little pricey. So hopefully your insurance will cover it. If not, here's this card. The manufacturer, will often give very deep discounts, if not give it to you free. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I look it up. It's a $1,300 a month inhaler that you're supposed to use
oh my God.
for the rest of your life for COPD.
Oh, okay. Okay, so just an apartment that you breathe.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I guess I won't be taking that. But I went and got the antibiotics and the cough medicine filled. And I said, just check on that one, I guess, and see, if that will work with that card or whatever the deal is. And she's like, well, we don't have it in stock, but I did check the coverage and you'll get it free. So I was like, oh, okay, well, then I guess I'll get that. So they got it in, and
wow.
I've used it for a day, and it has made no difference. So that's good. But the fact that I've stopped smoking has made a huge difference. Like, that has been noticeable immediately. I can actually take deep breaths and sometimes still cough, but not immediately go into fits of gasping for oxygen. So that's nice. And apparently my ability to smell is returning, because if I've been outside any time near where my coworker smokes, I can still smell it for like a half an hour. Like, I walk out there and I'm just like, ugh, gross. Somebody's been smoking out here. It's all fucked up. So I guess I'm going to live a little bit longer. I don't know.
Oh, man, but without smoking.
It sucks. It
sorry.
sucks. Yeah, but, I was feeling so shitty all the time that it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like I actually feel like I'm alive again. I'm not saying I'm thriving or anything. I'm fat, 57-year-old. But compared to a week ago where I was like, I may need to start making plans for the fact that I'm probably going to die.
Yeah. Oof.
Like, soon.
So this is what you had going on in Brazil whenever you like had the worst time ever.
Yeah, it would explain why when we first got there, before I felt like I was sick, we got off the plane and I had shortness of breath to where I was like, I don't know if I might have to take a pause in the tunnel or whatever because I can't breathe. It's probably a COPD thing. I've probably had it forever. Years and years ago, like maybe 15 years ago, I had a doctor tell me I had asthma and I would have it the rest of my life. And she gave me one of those rescue inhalers and I used it for a while. And then I had quit smoking at that time too. And I was like, well, I'm breathing fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Well, it turns out I probably had COPD back then. I probably had it this whole time.
Holy shit.
And it doesn't, you can't get rid of it. It never goes away. You can only stop it from getting worse, basically. But it causes permanent damage to your respiratory system and stuff. Like he used he has that thing, that you sticks in your ear to like look in there and see if you have roaches in your ear or whatever. And it's got like that little
penis.
Yeah, it's got that little thing on at the end of it. That's his way of showing my wife and I every medical condition that we might have. Like he thinks that she slipped a disc in her back like 2 weeks ago. So we're in there and he's like, let me show you. And he grabs this thing and he's like, this is like your spine. Boing, boing, boing. And this is compressing your spine. Doing, doing. And then I go in there a week ago and the guy's like, let me show you this. And he grabs the thing and he's like, this is your lungs. And when you have COPD, your lung goes doing, 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 but then it doesn't go back. So I'm like, so my wife's spine is compressed and I have a flabby lungs. Or something.
Oh, what an amazing doctor.
He's the best. And his name is Dr. Locke.
Oh, good. Oh, man. It's like if Carrot Top was a doctor, but he only had one prop.
Boing, doing, doing. Am I right?
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
Well, you've had some medical attention recently.
I did. Oh, my God. I'm sorry about the cigarettes, though. That sucks. That sucks hardcore.
It's all right.
So I went into a doctor's office, Dr. Penner, and
so good.
He was like, yeah, just, take off your pants, put this paper sheet over your private stuff, and lay back and think of England. And I paid extra for the nitrous oxide, because I didn't want to be awake for all of that shit. And then instead, you know how they put like the mask over you so and so it stays on even after it knocks you out? Well, he didn't have that. Instead, what he had was a nitrous oxide thing that was more like smoking a hookah. And so he hands me this thing and he was like, here you go, just put that in your mouth and breathe nice and easy. And I was like, how am I gonna keep this going whenever I am no longer conscious? And he was like, oh, we don't make people be unconscious for this procedure anymore. This is 2026. And so I immediately start sucking on that thing for dear life. He was like, no, calm, steady breaths. And I'm just like, like, I'm freaking out. And, he starts asking me, he's like, so what do you like to do? And I'm like, oh my God. And then I can feel, he's like, all right, I'm going to do a local anesthetic. And then I can feel the needle go in. And I can feel where it goes to. And I can feel, like, the fluid coming out of it and creating, like, pressure around in the area. And I'm just like, I'm freaking out.
Oh.
And so he ends up getting me to talk about Counter-Strike. And I'm like, yeah, I play Counter-Strike. I've been playing it for 25 years. He's like, are you any good at it? And then I can feel the needle go into the other one.
Dear God.
Yeah, he's like, so why do you play a game that you're not good at and you've been playing it for 25 years? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm freaking out. Oh my God. And then everything's just fine. And then, like, hey, where's the little hookah thing for me to breathe in more of this stuff, because my balls hurt a whole lot right now. I hate this and I'm freaking out. And he was like, oh, and he like gets up and walks around. I've dropped it on the floor. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then it's like not doing the thing anymore. And I'm like, hey, this isn't working. I'm really freaking out. And he's like, oh, that's fine. It's over. And I'm like, what do you mean it's over? And at that point, I realize that I am drenched in sweat, to the point that, like, the entire doctor bed underneath me is also drenched in sweat. He fucking, like, he makes the gesture. He doesn't actually do it, but he makes the gesture of, like, patting me on the cheek a little. He's like, oh, you've got some color coming back in. And so I had passed out. Thank fucking God. And he was like, yeah, just give it, like, sit there until you feel steady, then you can go over there and, you know, put your pants back on. So he was like, oh, and here's a bloody bandage. Try to keep that pressed up against your scrotum for a while.
Oh, Lord. Jesus, this sounds terrible.
Like, crab walk over to the chair holding a bloody bandage to my scrotum, which I can't feel.
Crab walk.
And then managed to carefully put my, like, extra tight jockeys on and my shorts, and then I look over at the bed where I am, and there's just a sweat impression of my body in that shitty, like, giant toilet paper sheet of wax paper that they put over the bed. And I just sit there for a while, and I'm completely drained and demoralized. And then the nurse comes in, and she looks at me and does a double take, and she's like, oh, are you okay? And I was like, I don't know. Apparently I passed out.
Oh my God.
And she was like, you are very white. And then she took my, like, the only reason she was coming in to make sure was my, I talk good, to make sure my blood pressure was okay before I leave. And guess what? It was very low. Like, I have never had a nice, like, healthy person's blood pressure. It was like 100/70 or something like that. And she was like, oh yeah, you're fine. Off you go.
Oh my God. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was, I thought I was going to get nice and knocked out and not have to deal with feeling metal into my scrotum.
Oh God, what a fucking, well, that pretty much decides that. I won't be doing that surgery.
I know. I feel like, should I not tell this story?
Oh man, well, you know, the guys on Forever Midnight, one of the guys on that show, he had the same surgery, and he was, I mean, he basically had a similar story, that it was just like a nightmare, you know, because the other guys were like, well, maybe I'll do it, and then he told that story, and they're like, fuck no, there's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I told one of my colleagues about it. She mentioned that her husband was thinking about getting the procedure, so I told her my experience, and she was like, "Wow, I'm not gonna tell him about that."
Good Lord, that is holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. I hated it. I did not like anything about that. Also, afterwards, my balls were swollen and bruised and very uncomfortable. And the part that made me the most upset was it was because of the swelling. They weren't like in the same like place as usual. Like they had reoriented themselves. And so, like, instead of like two ships resting nicely on a calm ocean, now it was like each of them was like Titanicking away from each other. It wasn't good at all.
Two hot air balloons caught in an air draft.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, not good, not good. And I had to be extra careful, make sure that my like the last drip of pee didn't stick around because it would rest directly on the incision.
Oh, fucking hell! Oh
Yeah, where the stitches would tickle me tip.
Oh, what a
right on the underside.
What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't recommend it. And it hasn't enough time. Then so you have to go like 35 times afterwards to get all the sperm out.
Oh, like you have to do the do?
Yeah.
35 times?
Yeah. Yeah, they even sent you an email. They're like, "Hey, I bet you haven't been told to ejaculate 35 times in an email before."
I haven't been told to ejaculate 35 times anywhere before.
No one has ever said anything of that quantity to me.
It's always been much more begrudging. For one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please ejaculate once if you must.
Preferably on my back or in a towel.
Yeah. If you don't mind, could you go in the other room to do that?
35 times.
Yeah.
You're like
35 times and wait 3 months and then I get to send a sperm sample in so they can test it and make sure that he didn't get it wrong.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that seals it. I won't be doing that.
I mean, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So that's like, I want to say the 4th time I've fainted in a medical facility. So at least this one was actually the most badass, you know. My ball sack was getting ripped open by some man of German descent.
Perfectly legitimate reason to pass out.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, wow.
There. Yeah. So we're just two healthy dudes having a great time, being able to manage our lives well.
Yesterday I had to help this lady at work move several offices worth of extremely heavy furniture, including like desks that were like 300 pounds and stuff. This went on for 3 hours. She would be like,
"Oh my god.
I don't know if I like the way that desk looks over there. Let's try putting it over against this wall over here." I was just like, fucking lady, I'm gonna fucking strangle you. Like, do you realize that I'm 57 and dying, basically? God.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Oh, man.
So that's good.
Yeah. That's not That's not good for the old slipped disc.
No, well, as far as I know, my discs are fine. Although the last time I was in there, I did mention to him that I had, like, whenever that was, months ago, that, like, I'm like, if I sleep longer than, like, 5 or 6 hours, my lower back will just start killing me. And he's like, I wonder. And then he's showing me the one exercise that apparently he's got his one little thing with the rubber hose. And then he's got the one exercise where you go up against the wall and, like, do something with your leg. And that's going to, like, fix all back problems, apparently. So, and then he was like, and I said, I've had numbness on the top of my thigh for like 1,000,000 years, ever since I had one of my 3 hernia operations. And,
yeah.
And he's like, well, you may have a slipped disc. And he did not show the rubbery thing, though, which is weird. And then he said, he goes, well, I'm going to go ahead and put in an order for an MRI. And I'm like, go ahead. I'm not going. I'm not getting your fucking, I'm not going to get an MRI. You're out of your fucking mind. It's just my back just gets a little sore sometimes when I sleep. It's like, I think we should probably do brain surgery. It's like, no.
Exploratory.
Yeah. Getting old is retarded.
Yeah.
It sucks. Yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah.
So,
57.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're back, folks.
We're back.
Person is Ramon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he had put, well, it was a good run while it lasted, guys. And I'm so sorry.
Oh, did he?
So sorry to see you go. And then I was like, I put, you wish. And he was like, yes! They're back!
I did such a good job that I didn't even notice if no one or someone noticed.
No one noticed. And meanwhile, our Instagram page that I barely ever update is just like, it's like pushing, it went over the 500 followers mark and is like launching itself towards 600, which for those of you who have, a media presence, that's absolutely nothing. For us, that's way more than our listenership. So it's very strange. It's like it hit the logarithm or algorithm, and now I get 6 or 7 likes, new likes, people following the page every day, plus 1 or 2 really weird comments where it's like, oh, hypothermia? Yeah, fucking devil horns. I'm like, no, you're not devil horning.
No.
Nobody's devil horning hypothermia. Get the fuck out of here. And it's usually some guy named Bhagwan who's like in India and is a podcast promoter or something. And he's like, yeah, fucking hypothermia. I'm like, no, dude. Really?
No.
Yeah, here's 4 more. I just approved 6 earlier. Here's 4 more follows today. So that's 10 today. None of the
definitely not bots.
No, 579 followers. That we've gained
holy crap
79 followers in like a week. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But none of these people are listening.
I did see on our like Dealy Wampus that one day we like spiked and had like I want to say 400 listens or something stupid
one day?
like that in one day.
What was the movie?
Yeah. I think it was called Your Mom.
Whoa. Holy Moses. Well, that would explain it.
It was. People were really into it.
People were lining up to listen to Your Mom. Wow.
Yeah. No, so it was the thing that made it extra good and not suspicious at all is it wasn't a movie. It was just like across the board. It was more like, 4 new podcast services downloaded all of our episodes on the same day.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you had kind of taken a shot at it or had guessed that maybe that's why a lot of our listens are those, basically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Bunch of cocks.
Well, they need to add some more services so we can get those numbers up.
Yeah, man, we've been sitting at under 20,000 for like, 5 years or whatever.
Yeah. You guys listening that are actually listening, yeah, you should give us reviews on your favorite Apple-oriented podcasting services, because that's apparently the only reviews that make the rounds. 5-star.
Yeah. Oriental apples.
I would recommend 5 stars. You could always do less, but you get more bang for your buck if you do 5.
Yeah.
Hey.
But if you do 4, I'll be your friend.
Josh will be your friend. And I don't know what I'm talking about. What movie are we talking about, by the way?
Well, it's the movie that almost sank the podcast, as it were.
Whoa.
A little doomaflitchy that brought Lorraine Gary out of retirement and was filmed on location in La Bahamas, so much so that Michael Caine had to miss accepting his Academy Award because he was on set in the Bahamas filming this movie, and later had to make it sound like that didn't disappoint him in any way. It stars Lance Guest, which is weird because Lance Guest really should only be a guest star on anything.
Yeah.
Also, it's Jaws: The Revenge by TV director extraordinaire Joseph Sargent, captain of made-for-TV movies guy who, once he was given this job to direct this movie, he was like, well, I guess we could try this to make it interesting.
Wrong.
Nope. Yes. Jaws: The Revenge, 1987, yeah. Joseph Sargent, Mario Van Peebles.
Didn't Lorraine Gary die after making this movie? Like, she came out of retirement, made this bucket of shit, and then died, if I remember correctly.
Let's see. Lorraine Gary, I don't think she's dead, man.
Really?
I think you just made fun of an alive lady.
Maybe.
A perfectly nice lady.
She is alive. Perhaps it was just her career.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's been retired for 40 years now,
maybe
so
that's what.
Holy shit.
Who was the guy? Lance Guest is the Lance Guest is the oceanographer guy that survives most of the film, is that correct? Or is he the guy that dies right the fuck away, who can only scream? The son who dies immediately and was still on screen way too long.
The guy who's like, oh my god, I can't believe my arm is tucked away inside this torn slicker. Ah!
As soon as that guy hit the screen, it was just like, oh, please tell me that this guy's not going to be on one of the stars of this movie, because he screams constantly. He can't.
Yeah.
It's horrible. And then he dies.
And then he dies. Thankfully, graciously, they do spend the rest of the movie talking about him, which I wasn't fond of.
Yeah, as if...
But I guess that was okay.
Yeah, as if he was someone that you would feel sorry, that you would miss. Like, how could you possibly miss that prick? I certainly didn't miss him.
That guy was played by Mitchell Anderson. Lance Guest did indeed play the sweaty-chested, sex-having other son of Lorraine Gary's Ellen Brody. Yeah, Mitchell Anderson was Sean Brody, the character that we did see as a wee little boy in the first Jaws movie, which they love to make allusions to, talking about, oh, your father was such a tomato thief.
I like that they asked Roy Scheider to be in this movie, and he was like, "Fuck no."
No, no, sir. I have any standards.
No fucking chance. And they're like, "All right, he had a heart attack."
Yeah, he's dead. We'll put his picture up in the Amity Police Department. See if Lance Hendrickson is available. No? Okay.
Great. Someone call Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah. We have some leftover pale black people makeup from the 70s we want to put on him.
Has he ever been to Jamaica? No, that's okay. It's not that hard to do the accent.
That's okay. We'll just lock him in a room with a tape of Cool Runnings.
Oh my god. Oh, what a horrible man.
Horrible. All of these people are terrible. Yeah, no, Lance Guest's the other one. I highly recommend going to the Lance Guest IMDb page and looking at the photos of him. Oh. The second one is a picture of him in a scarf and hat, and it just says Lance Guest, people, Lance Guest. It doesn't say what it's from, but it's really a top-notch photograph.
Dear God, he has not aged well. What happened to this guy?
I think he became a, British street person. I think he is a stone cobbler, if I don't miss my guess.
Jesus. He's like a portly British Pauly Shore as a ship captain.
Yeah.
What a horrible man.
Whoa. I would watch that movie.
I'm all over that.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's real good.
Where's that?
Mario Van Peebles is in this. I don't know why. His dad was also famous. He played his dad in a movie based on a movie his dad was in.
Sweetness. Is that the one?
Badass.
Sweetback, sweet song, sweetie.
Yep, that's the one.
That's it.
That's the one. He's also a famous director for having directed a bunch of famous movies and stuff. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Still can't act.
No. But I will say, out of all the Jaws movies, he's my favorite character to get eaten by a shark. Because then he gets dis-eaten by the shark at the end.
And he's fine.
He's fine. He's just like, hey, get my bloody stumps up out of the water so that I can make fun of you and we can hug it out.
He's been gnawed on a bit, but he'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
That's okay, because Michael Caine is in this movie playing a really annoying asshole who can't say anything without it being a terrible joke, whose name is Hoagie Newcomb. Hoagie.
Yeah. Hoagie.
And then Hoagie puts the moves on Ellen Brody and Michael Brody, who clearly either 100% has fucked his mother or 100% spanks it to thoughts of his mother on a perpetual basis, is jealous because his mother might be getting some withered sack by Hoagie Newcomb.
Yeah. He's got a classic case of captain seat ass, and he is not afraid to use it. Also, he just shows up randomly in a little canoe, just like, oh, I'm just creeping outside your house.
He's just rowing by. Hello, I forgot to tell you some more terrible jokes.
I like the very first thing that he says is, come here, little girl, and sit directly in the middle of my lap.
Sit in the middle of my swamp basin.
Perch Set yourself atop my Space Needle and grab the yoke, as it were.
Why don't you nosedive into Musk Mountain?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think we need to say any more about the storyline, because we've covered all of the bases.
Well, I mean, I would agree, except it's so fucking bad. that the whole premise that these sharks, or that this shark is like
this one.
In this particular movie is like descended from the one from the first movie or something, or the previous movie. And so it chases them to the fucking Bahamas.
Yeah. It has it out for the, what's their name? What's their horrible name? The Brody family. Yeah, it has it out for the Brodies, and so it sets a trap for Sean Brody. It finds a giant Yule log or something and like dangles it all up with a buoy so that it must be removed by Sean Brody, who becomes a 2-bite brownie. That's right. He comes up, bites his arm off, and then Brody is all the way inside of the boat and is screaming for help, but because it's a horror movie, there is a choir of children on the shore singing Christmas carols, so no one can hear him screaming for help. And then the shark reaches up over the edge of the boat and then, angles itself back down to grab him and pull him into the water to eat him all the way to death. Everyone's upset. It turns out that his brother Michael is a conch shell
researcher or something.
Yeah, he does inventory of conch in the Bahamas, and so they're gonna move his mom, who is like all the way upset, away from Amity and to the Bahamas, where Michael's wife has been making a giant shark sculpture that is... God. They in no way think maybe we should wait until after we show off the shark sculpture to move your mom in here.
Who's completely sharkophobic.
And so we get all of these scenes of her hanging out with her daughter-in-law, who is polishing this steel cut-out shark jaws thing. And the magical people of the Bahamas, by the way, let me tell you, they're just so welcoming. Their limousine driver for the, I'm guessing, only white family on the whole ocean, sings Christmas carols to them into the little tiny limousine intercom while they're on their way home. It's real unpleasant. And then this lady, the entire town of Bahama Land shows up to see her, crappy shark sculpture, finally revealed for all of their enjoyment. And they have, an event, and the mayor of Bahama Land says an amazing speech about her. It's all terrible. Oh, and Grandma is super racist, because as soon as she gets home, the little girl is like, I want to go play with all of my black friends. And the grandma's like, no, you go do that. You get back here right now. So it's great.
You're going to get ate by a shark.
Yeah. So they go about their business. Michael, is literally taking inventory of the conches in the shallow, hot ocean of Bahama. And, meanwhile, as we mentioned, Ellen has found the one other white person on the island to strike up romantically with.
Good old Hoagie.
Good old Hoagie. And she's been getting these negative feelings like, yeah, that shark that's not just a shark attack. That wasn't just a one-off. This thing is coming after my family. And so then the shark shows up where Michael works and eats the wooden sides off of his boat.
Yeah, the shark that somehow is able to swim slightly slower than a jet airliner can fly. Excuse me.
yeah. It swam all the way to Bahama and is now in the hot, shallow water, eating the wood off of the side of a boat station, or I don't know what they have going on or what that was. They never explained it. And then on the beach, the little girl, Ellen's granddaughter Thea, is on a giant inflatable banana with a bunch of other people, and the now mystically powerful shark that is, like, confirmedly, this is the point where we know, oh, it's for real. This shark is coming after the family. Goes to eat the little girl off of, like the little girl, it's like a corn cob.
The banana boat.
And and the shark is going directly for that one little kernel of Brody corn, but misses by inches and eats the lady behind her off the boat in what is easily the only good shark scene in this movie.
The magic supernatural light speed shark somehow cannot identify the child on a banana boat. Or figures
it's too colorful.
Yeah, or figures it's just gonna munch its way across the entire banana boat, not realizing that I don't know what. Didn't realize.
Yeah.
It's a shark.
You end up with that skin and those little pith pieces like all up in your mustache. You actually chewed through a little bit of your mustache on one of them. It's not great. Yeah. So now she's really freaked out, and so, of course, what is she going to do but take a boat out into the ocean for the rest of the movie?
Yeah.
By the way.
Sure.
Like, we're done with this movie, basically. She takes about a boat out into the ocean, so Hoagie and her son and Mario Van Peebles have to go out there. Also, by the way, Sean Brody, the son who got eaten earlier, apparently his fiance can just bite a dick because they don't give a fuck about her. They show her off right at the beginning. They're like, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're making our son so lucky," and then fuck her. No one cares.
She's gone out of the family. Don't care.
Yeah. No one cares. And so everyone piles into Hoagie's plane, which cannot land on the water?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but he does it anyway because he's Hoagie.
Yeah, so this lady who is not in imminent danger of being eaten by a shark, he destroys his means of livelihood so that him and her son's best friend can swim in the water to the boat. One of them get eaten by the shark, and then together they ram the mast of the ship into the shark, which is somehow all the way up in the air. And then, even though there are no explosives involved, the shark blows up after having eaten Mario Van Peebles, and then, while surrounded by shark chunks from a non-demolition explosion, Mario Van Peebles swims up to the boat and is just fine. And that is Jaws the Revenge.
That's a Hollywood movie.
It's a Hollywood movie.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. A complete and raging piece of shit.
I love it. I love it so much.
It is a wonderfully terrible film.
Yeah. And also, technically a Christmas movie.
It is. Oh my god, I know. I can't believe it.
Yeah. What the actual fuck? So yeah, that was what's his nuts, the director, Joseph Sargent. His idea was, all right, so everything about Jaws has already been done, so I guess let's actually give it a supernatural bent where it's actually hunting them down. I feel like the big missed opportunity here, which the first time I watched this movie, it was like I watched part of it on, Spike TV or something like that. And I thought that what I was picking up is that it was the mother of the other Jaws sharks that was, had it out for the Brodies. But I didn't catch that in any of these viewings, so I don't think it's true.
No, there's no indication of it. I mean, if that was supposed to be the case, that they'd never show it.
I mean, that would have been a great twist, because she's the mom, it's the mom. Why didn't we make that connection? Like, the mother of Jaws. Like, come on!
I don't know. Did this fucking guy, this Sargent guy, did he make music?
I don't know.
Oh my...
Why would you ask me that, you piece of shit?
I was just looking at him online, and it says songs as one of the options. Overview, movies, songs. If this is him, he has a song called Flim Flam Flu. And Rat Exodus.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at his trivia page now. It looks like he began making movies at age 11 when an uncle gave him an 8mm camera and lifelong trauma.
Oh my. I don't know if it's the same guy. It can't possibly be the same guy. Right?
His father was an ice wagon driver. Holy crap.
Wow. Okay, an ice wagon. It's so specific.
That's so something.
Whoa.
Oh man, one of the great shames of technological advancement is that all of the ice wagon driver jobs disappeared.
A lost art form.
Oh man. What a piece of shit.
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so I actually liked this movie more than Jaws 3.
Yeah, Jaws 3 is really bad. Jaws 3D.
Yeah, I hated everything about that movie, and this one, I mean, they tried a new angle. I appreciate that. Yeah. They had a lot of trouble with the shark puppet, and that's why everything in this movie that isn't acting also sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, good try. Solid try.
A for effort, really.
Yeah. Yeah, C- for effort, but
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, people were trying to make money here. This wasn't art.
So, definitely you gave it a 666 then, right? Is that what you were saying?
Oh, no. This is a 6 for me. It is not, well, you talked me into it. It's a 6-6, because it's worth watching. If you're already a Jaws person, which I totally am, it is the most horror-y of all Jaws movies. And it played with a lot of fun things, like that Christmas scene at the beginning, had definite horror movie vibes. And I mean, the fact that Mario Van Peebles survived the non-explosive shark explosion, I'm guessing by being ejected out of the shark's exploding body, it is just really, really enjoyable. I I was so happy whenever I saw him swimming up because there's no way he's alive, and yet there he is. I love that.
So he's all smiling. Everyone's smiling. They have a triumphant return to the boat or whatever. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's a classic.
So yeah, that's a 6-6.
Yeah. I mean this movie is terrible, and I gave it a 6-6
yes.
as well. Because I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, like, and Jaws is the original classic. Like, if you see it's on, you're gonna leave it on. And I feel like if I ever, like, saw that this movie was on, I would stop to watch it again. Because, like, how are you gonna, like, be like, oh, anything else I'm doing is better than watching this? No, it's not true. Don't go back to making dinner. Sit your ass down and watch the last 15 minutes of this movie.
Because it totally fucking delivers. It's classic.
Please, John, I interrupted you. Extrapolate on your 6-6 rating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just too much fun to give it a sad, lonely 6. It just doesn't seem fair that, you know, if we can only give it 3 different ratings, that then giving it a 6 is basically saying it's among the worst films ever made in the entire genre of horror plus whatever else the fuck we cover. And I don't think it belongs there. It's not 2/3 of the way to greatness, but then 3 6s, we've already agreed, does not necessarily mean greatness. It just means that maybe it hit the spot for us on that viewing, or whatever. Or we just felt like giving it 3 6s because it deserved 3 6s, but didn't. So I think a 6-6 is fair.
I think so. A 6 would put it in there with Thy Neighbor and Hypothermia.
Neither of which, in good conscience, can I recommend you watch.
No. Whereas with this, you could tell someone to watch this.
You can watch this movie. Is it terrible? Yes, it is terrible. And I think you're going to enjoy it.
I think you'll have a good time.
I totally agree. 6-6 it is. 2 6-6s.
Nice.
Perfect.
This guy, Joseph Sargent, I'm just looking at it now. He directed an episode of the original Star Trek series in 1966. He directed 8 episodes of Gunsmoke. Holy shit.
He's a busy dude.
Wow. So fucking old.
Whoa.
Yeah, he directed a TV special called Sunday Night Live, which I'm guessing is a even less funny version of Saturday Night Live.
Oh no. That's terrible. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, TV tried everything.
Holy moly.
John, other than this movie, we're supposed to be revisiting movies, but I can't remember. So at some point we'll like do a roundup or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't have time to do anything anymore, so it can go fuck itself.
Right.
What else have you been watching or listening to or reading or looking at or touching with your hands or tasting with your butt that you want to recommend to other people?
Whoa. I just finished the audiobook of Alan Moore's first novel. It was very good. It's, you know, Alan Moore, so it's insane. It's called Voice of the Fire. It's kind of the companion book to it's the precursor and sort of the companion to his, was it last novel, I believe, Jerusalem, or second to last or whatever. Jerusalem's like 800 billion hours long. It's really good, though. Voice of the Fire also takes place in his hometown. What is it? Northampton. And so it follows a series of characters from like the prehistory to up to the narrator, or which is Alan Moore himself. So in the audiobook, it's him reading the final
Nice.
bit. And so you go through all these different eras, and like the first one is very difficult because it's prehistory, it's written language, so the way the guy talk is really, really hard to understand. Plus it's Alan Moore, so it's really, really hard to understand. And
Yeah.
but there's this running like theme of magic and fire and all this crazy shit, and like story elements that are kind of interwoven with all the different, it's a really cool book. So anyways, I listened to that. I listened to David Mitchell from Peep Show, his book about the royalty in England called Unruly, which he reads, and it's fucking hilarious. A couple other things, and then as far as music, I'm slowly getting back into listening to more music after my traumatic experience in February. Listening to
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
You've had a little buffer in there
Whew,
now.
God, yeah. The new album from the Seattle band Witch Ripper, is very good. Ooh. It's got kind of a Mastodon thing going on, maybe slightly less intense, but still very heavy. Very good. What else? I don't. Have I seen any horror films? Oh yeah, I saw the Bone Temple, 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, and it fucking kicked ass. I thought the first of those two, just the 28 Years one, was okay, but this movie fucking smoked ass. It was great.
Oh man,
I really liked it. I'm sure I saw other shit, but for the most part, I've just been watching really bad stuff like Canadian sitcoms and stuff like that. How about yourself? What have you been doing to entertain yourself if you have time?
Oh, I am trying to think up a really good Bone Temple Pilots joke right now, but I can't. So I'll just leave that one there. If you are out there and listening, drop a Bone Temple Pilots joke in the chat or whatever. I won't read it, but it'll be there. Yeah. And no one will know what you're talking about. Let's see. I have not had time to watch anything. My mom lives with us now. And so we've been collaborating on television watching a lot now. But I did watch a movie. It was a rewatch starring a famous horror maven, Kathy Bates.
Ah, nice.
And upon rewatching it, I realized that my memory was jogged that this movie served as my introduction to the concept of cannibalism. And I even remembered asking my parents, like, wait, you can eat human meat? And they were like, well, technically, yes. And from that, I also learned what meat actually was. Like, I was like, well, wait, what part of the person is meat? They were like, oh, like the muscle? The muscle is meat. And I was like, wait, so you're telling me chicken nuggets are the muscle of chickens? And that's how I found out that that meat is muscle, and that you can eat humans. The movie in question was Fried Green Tomatoes, a thinly veiled lesbian love story, which watching it in the room with my mom, Melanie and I like kept glancing over at each other. We were like, but it was 1992, so they couldn't like kiss or finger bang or anything.
Right.
So they could only like splash around in the water and tickle fight.
Oh, okay. Well, that's more manageable.
Yeah, it was real good. And I've got to say, Fried Green Tomatoes is a fine film, especially if you're into long-winded, but actually pretty explicit cannibalism. Like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, that movie?
Fried Green Tomatoes?
Like the Southern like feel-good ladies movie or whatever.
Yes, the one where Kathy Bates goes to an old folks' home to spend time with an old lady who then regales her with stories of yore, including a reason for me to pull out the photo of your great grandpa and uncle to show my family, look, John's ancestors also got run over by a train. Here's them without arms.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's an old-timey feel-good show. At a certain point, Kathy Bates is wearing nothing but cellophane wrap, and the Whistle Stop Cafe made the best fried green tomatoes in the whole gosh darn world. And also, you get to watch a man cooking human flesh on an outdoor barbecue.
Wow. Okay. I had no idea. Is Julia Roberts in that movie?
No, you're thinking of Steel Magnolias.
Oh, yeah, with Olympia.
Yes, Vice President Olympia Dukakis.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I listened to the first half of an audiobook called Empress by Karen Miller. It is a, like, Bronze Age fantasy trilogy, and in the first one, we hear about a 12-year-old girl go from an abused slave to being the empress of a weird religious cult nation. But in the middle of all that, this 12-year-old girl's budding breasts keep becoming the focal point of the narrative over and over and over again.
Oh.
And it's all pointing towards how this 12-year-old girl with budding breasts is about to, like, get down and sexual with the king of the brotherly army of God. And in fact, it is God's command for him to have sex with her.
Wow. Okay.
And I eventually couldn't deal with it anymore.
Wow. Is this the Towerfall book you're talking about? From the Towerfall?
No,
things?
Empress.
Oh.
Empress. Yeah.
Empress. Okay. Just not the Empress, just Empress.
Maybe.
Okay.
Karen Miller.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Karen Miller. Jeez. Okay.
Karen Miller.
I'm kind of had to look it up.
It's available for free if you have an an Audible subscription. It's part of their enormous catalog of crap books that you can listen to for free.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing that book. Yeah, at the bookstore. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I never read it, but
yeah, I like, that was the thing. Like, I was going through their thing and I, like, saw that book cover and I was like, hey, I recognize that book cover. Let's give this one a whirl. And it was like, she brought her bosoms up out of the bathwater so that the celibate priest across from her could see how well she's developing because of the god that lives inside of her head. Ooh, and I'm like, oh my god, why are we doing this? Karen Miller, oh my god.
Holy mackerel, Karen.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, okay, well that's...
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, why not?
Hey!
So that's what I've been up to.
Okay.
Just getting my balls ripped open and reading about 12-year-old boobies, you know?
Well, I mean, you got to get your 35 loads somewhere.
Dude, okay, so the test kit is, their logo is a giant whale, which I know you'll like, but instead of a normal eye, it has a star in its eye. And it's gold. So it's a sperm whale with starry eyes, because of coming.
Are you supposed to deposit your load into the star eye hole or something?
Ooh, I haven't opened it up. I hope so. I hope it's like one of those it's like one of those pocket pussies where it has like the the replica mouth or whatever on it.
It's a whale
Like,
with a human mouth.
Yeah. But the opening is star-shaped.
It's called,
Yeah.
Would that be a horsey?
Oh my god. What a great idea for that to not just be the receptacle for the end of the thing, but it's like an entire experience.
I mean, you might as well have fun with it. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
You're paying for it. You might as well have a good time.
I think it's probably pretty expensive, but I don't know. Oh yeah, you were talking about the insurance thing. With my thing, if my insurance paid for it, it was gonna be like twice as expensive. It was like, however, if you pay for it yourself and don't use your insurance, you can apply this thing to it, and then it's gonna be way cheaper. So I got it way cheaper by not having my insurance cover it.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
not a broken system.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Jesus Christ is using the same AI generator as our president, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's good.
And converted Catholic J.D. Vance is lecturing the Pope on matters of theology.
Yeah, and that weird little man from Louisiana that became Mr. Important Guy is like okay with it, even though he's like actually really Catholic or something.
What is happening? Apparently committing heresy is perfectly okay nowadays.
It's real weird watching it happen, but
we are in uncharted terrain.
We really are. Or, it's just been like 130 years since the last time something like this happened, so we don't remember how to deal with it.
In our lifetimes, yeah. I mean, I'm sure much weirder shit happened all the time.
Oh, yeah, like the fucking railroad barons and the fucking Pinkertons. Yeah.
Hey, didn't your uncle go out west? Yeah, he went out west. Well, did they ever get out there? No, they ended up freezing to death. Half of them ate the other half. Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
they just got massacred by Brigham Young. It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Hey, whatever happened to your old neighbor, Chief Running Pants? Well, he had to march from the Carolinas down to Oklahoma in one day. Oh, well, that must have been tough. Did he make it? Nope. Nary half of them made it. Oh, well, it happens.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was a time in America where we were killing Native Americans and rewarding people by the scalp. They would kill and scalp indigenous people, like turn in the scalps for money, and then what we did is we just turned it around and we're like, oh yes, the Native Americans are savages. They kill white people and take their scalps. It's like, whoa, what the actual fuck? How did you fucking do that? And then they were like, oh, is it the 1950s? Let's reproduce that mythology in front of everyone now.
We'll just flip the script. Back then, there were guys walking around small towns with giant key rings on their belts. Just look like carpet swatches of fucking scalps just lined up across the thing. Hey, how you doing, Billy?
Hey, do you need some new carpet? I've got some samples here.
Hey, check this one out. What do you think? Glossy black or glossy black? Or what about this glossy black one right here?
That is so fucking dark.
Ooh. Okay. Oh.
Well.
All right, then.
I'm so glad we're doing this again. Oh, man. So, sticker... Oh, no, right. Yeah. Hey, John.
Yes.
What are we going to watch?
Oh, man.
What am I going to watch, John?
Well, lucky you, because in 2 weeks we'll be discussing the next movie that we're going to watch. It was made in 1959 by a guy named Ray Kellogg. It is, of course, The Killer Shrews.
Oh, yes. We wouldn't want to not have done this.
It needs to be done.
Oh, my God. I don't know what I was looking at, but it, came up. Ray Kellogg. Oh, what an asshole.
I mean, hey, it was either that or the giant Gila monster.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
It's good stuff.
What if we just had a lizard and we put it in a tiny little city?
Ooh, scary.
Ooh, look at it, where you can tell it's not really sure what to do.
Hey, Dan, do you think I should get a black glossy love seat to match my black glossy sectional that I have in my cabin?
Why don't you join me down here on the black glossy rug for some quality time?
Y'all want to come over? We're having a cookout. Everybody gets a comb, and we can go back to my room and brush out my black glossy bedspread.
Oh, brush it out. Oh, no.
It's like a patchwork quilt of alternating patterns of black glossy.
There's so many cowlicks in there, all going different directions. It's like we're gonna turn this into an entire quilt of alfalfas. Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for that. I don't think I've ever actually watched the movie all the way through, so I look forward to being here in 2 or so weeks when we review 1950
Nine?
9?
Yeah.
9? 1959's The Killer Shrews, directed by Ray Kellogg, starring that written, produced by, and starring that silly guy from the movie Gunsmoke. See a connection with the movie we just did?
Zing.
Put my finger on my nose. And talk about other things that we sweat about.
Yeah. Testes be damned.
Oh, yeah. Testes be shriveling.
Nards be shriveling. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He was okay.
I don't know if I'd say nice.
I mean, he didn't pick on me specifically.
Nards be shriveling.
I like the idea that he would introduce himself with his middle initial. So that you don't get him mixed up with the other Nard Shrivelin.
I hear that he's roommates with Brian.
Oh, whoa. Oh my God. What a terrifying man. Oh.
Woo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all go away, be good, vote good.
Yeah.
Don't let a doctor rip your nuts open.
Don't do it. I wouldn't recommend it, and I haven't even had it done.
Yeah.
That was sage. Yeah. And as always,
Sage?
sage advice.
Oh, I thought you were like I thought you had burped up sage.
I ate a smudge stick. Black and glossy, gentlemen.
I need to increase my fiber intake. Also, I think there's a ghost in my butt.
Preacher told me that I got bad mojo in my house because of all that black and glossy, so I done ingested a sage stick.
I just got COPD.
Wow.
Well, I'm sorry that John has to die of COPD.
Oh, and there it is. Whew.
Yeah.
Okay. And stop.